feeling more anxious the deeper we go into summer? Does summer bring for you a feeling of dread instead of joy? Well, if you're feeling more tense lately, then this episode could be perfect for you as we dive into what summer anxiety is and what you can begin to do about it. Hi, I'm Paul Sheppard and welcome to the Mindset Change Podcast. If you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? As you seriously don't want to miss what is coming your way this year. Yes, summer anxiety is a thing, and for some people this time of year isn't all about the warm weather, the picnics, the lovely long walks on sandy beaches. Summer can bring with it an increase in anxiety, and I've seen this with a rise in clients recently who are experiencing similar issues. And I'm going to start with what I believe is one of the biggest issues that comes with summer, and it brings a lot of clients to my door. Can you guess what it is? It's the booking of a holiday. Now, some of you might be scratching your head at this, as holidays are something to look forward to. Well, they are by most people, I guess. But for those with travel anxiety, it can be an absolute nightmare. I get calls and messages from people who are going away the next day and have reached levels of panic they believe they can't come down from, and their mind is tricking them into believing that they can't actually travel. And I can relate to this. I used to suffer really badly with travel sickness as a child, and unfortunately had a family who were not that sympathetic to those struggles. And it left me with a program inside my mind where for years I simply refused to travel as much as I possibly could. I just couldn't cope with the hot and cold sweats, the nausea, the dizziness, the strange tingling over my body. And it took me a long time to find the tools and the strategies which I use this very day to coach clients into traveling again before I could travel. Now, for many of my clients with travel anxiety, it's not travel sickness that's the main issue. Here's the big one. It's the claustrophobic feeling that they're going to be trapped in a plane, train, car, or coach and unable to get out when they want to get out. Add to that an element of toilet anxiety where they worry they can't easily get to the bathroom, and we have a toxic, powerful belief that travel is too dangerous due to the possible loss of control of their emotions, their bowels or bladder that they believe could happen to them. My heart goes out to them because it can be really debilitating, as I know, to be held back from living a life where you want to experience the wonders of the world and travel, be with friends, be with family. And instead, you're caught up in overthinking, you're caught up in how you can control your travel experience so that you can feel safe. And that can feel very, very difficult. And this can be made worse too by other issues that come with booking a holiday. If you have a fear of being far from the comfort of your home. Some people do struggle with being in a strange environment or new culture. And there can be the trying to make it perfect holiday, where the person booking is trying to please everyone. And this can create a lot of tension, family tension. And unfortunately, some people base their self-esteem on how the holiday goes and can feel very low about themselves if something unexpected happens to threaten its perfection. Maybe it's the weather, maybe there's an unexpected travel delay. Somehow that person can make it all about them, and somehow they failed. Does that sound familiar to anyone? And I'm sure a lot of mothers can really relate to this next one. But the holiday itself doesn't feel very relaxing when you're having to manage so many people, their expectations, the food, the fun, the excursions, the beach day. I mean, how many of you need a holiday after your holiday? And then, and this might sound like a first world problem, but it's the clothing, what to wear. And for a lot of people, there's body shaming issues, having to wear less clothes, being on a bikini or swimming trunks on the beach, and they're worried about how people will be judging and perceiving their body, usually based on how they're judging themselves. These sorts of issues can compound and make traveling much more difficult. If that sounds like you, then contact me. I love helping people travel more confidently again. I've helped a lot of people do that. I know this podcast also helps people begin to relax a bit more whilst traveling, so that's really good to hear. So let me teach you the tools, let me teach you the strategies to help you calm down your nervous system and make it much easier for you to begin to travel. Now, if you go to my website, the link is in the bio, I've created for you a free PDF on the top 10 core ways to heal your anxiety. Because I promise you, if you get the core basics right, such as sleep, nutrition, exercise, meditation, and taking as much pressure off of your nervous system as possible, it will help you begin to travel more easily. And there are two things which I have to mention, which I know a lot of people kind of fall into the trap of doing to travel more easily, but it makes it much worse. Okay, the first is alcohol. Some people try to numb their thoughts, their feelings, have a bit of Dutch courage, and unfortunately, alcohol will make you more anxious. So maybe let other people rush to the pub at 7 a.m. in the morning in the airport for their selfie. Don't be one of those. Alcohol not only disrupts your gut microbiome, which is essential for you feeling well, but it will get your hypothalamus to send signals to the brain that you're in danger for days after you've been drinking. So if you can avoid drinking alcohol or cut it down before your holiday, and definitely whilst you're traveling, and drink a bit less on the holiday, that will go a long way to helping you feel a bit calmer. I would also avoid caffeine, as this can make your stomach, bowels, and bladder feel more sensitive, as well as increasing your cortisol levels. And if there's an element of toilet anxiety, you don't want caffeine making it much worse for you. And I would also say, as a third thing, something to add on to this, and I would say this is essential for any type of anxiety, and that's learning how to manage your thoughts with mindfulness, how to be aware of your feelings with mindfulness. So you're not so terrorized by those catastrophizing thoughts about your journey, about anything to do with the holiday. I promise you, it's truly liberating to be able to let them come and go. And my meditations can really help you work with your mind and body in that way. But it is lovely for me to get messages from clients around the world texting me where they have managed to travel to and where they are now. Don't be tricked by your mind into believing you can heal travel anxiety or any type of anxiety all by yourself. Get coaching, get help, so that you can get your life back on track sooner rather than later. So what else makes summer anxiety even worse for some people? There's no getting around it, but the increase in social events leading to more alcohol consumption impacts your brain, your gut, and your body health. And it can make you more anxious, as I said earlier, for days after drinking. It is a depressant, and that is often forgotten about in the pursuit of trying to take the edge off the day and feel good with a few drinks. So if you can cut right down or stop altogether, this will give your mind and body a break it needs from what is a carcinogenic, type 1 carcinogenic neurotoxin. How's your social battery? Now, this can run down pretty quickly for introverts, highly sensitive people, and those with social anxiety. The event invites can creep up and can feel exhausting. Add to that the late nights, the junk food, the vaping, alcohol, and this could be a perfect storm for anyone to experience more tension in the body and those anxiety attacks. If this is you, then self-care is a non-negotiable here, as would be having coaching to work out how to have better boundaries and tools for managing those social situations so you can feel less strained. And then there is the opposite. Social media is full of people showcasing their amazing lives, and if you're lonely and don't feel like you have much of a social life, then this can feel quite jarring to see. And loneliness is brutal in how it can impact your mental and physical health. So it's important, if you're struggling with any type of social group, to begin to find your tribe, your group of people to hang out with. Now, it could be a fitness group or people who share some hobby that you have, some form of meetup groups. These are quite popular, where it's people with shared interests. And get in contact with old friends, maybe people you've lost contact with at some point. Spending more time with family or dating again. But don't let your mind trick you into avoiding people. This is a miserable experience. Human connection is everything. And how you connect with you and the world around you will determine your experience of life. And how did you sleep last night? Well, it was hot here in Brighton and Hove, which definitely impacted my sleep a little. So we can't ignore the heat and humidity, which can raise cortisol levels, cause sleeping issues, breathing problems, and trigger anxiety and panic attacks. And I was reading yesterday that Texas, Mexico, certain parts of the world are already experiencing record temperatures, which makes life feel much more difficult for some people. So you've got to do whatever you can to stay cool. And there's some great advice on how to do that out there. I think some people are doing bowls of ice in front of fans, using ice packs, warm showers before bed apparently are quite good. I'm lucky enough to live opposite the sea, so you often see me running across the road for a quick cooling dip first thing in the morning, which I did the other day. It was the perfect sea of glass, I call it. It looks like liquid gold. Sun was rising. I took my partner Adam on the board with me, and as we floated out to sea, just us, it's very peaceful. And I proposed, and they said yes. So I'm engaged and looking forward to getting married. Who would have thought that would have happened in my 50s? And this is something that I manifested. I wrote down exactly what I wanted over a year ago, and they came. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who found out via the socials, my online WhatsApp community, which you're welcome to come and join, by the way. The link is in the show notes. The outpouring of love has been phenomenal. So I just want to say thank you so much. Now, something else which really does have an impact on our mental and physical health is the change in light during sunset and sunrise, which can impact your circadian rhythm and cause more sleep issues. Are you waking up much earlier than you normally do right now? Now, for lots of us, it's light when we go to bed, and it's light when we wake up in the morning. And as your body uses light and dark to help it work out when it's day and night, it can struggle to trigger melatonin needed to help with that deeper sleep, and it can lead to less sleep and waking you up earlier. Now, I can relate to that one. And one way to help with this is to get your eyes safely exposed to morning light first thing. So I go for a walk as soon as I get up for 10 minutes, as this triggers the circadian rhythm to begin its rise and descent to help you begin to feel more awake. And then as it gets towards the evening, if you can expose your eyes to sunset or darken your rooms at night, this can help trigger melatonin to begin to help you take you into that deeper sleep. Also, if you can wear an eye mask, if you have a room that bleeds in light, then this could help you keep your sleep nice, deep and long without it being interrupted by the lovely sunrise. Now, some people are also anxious about not having a good summer. There's a lot of expectation being placed on what summer will give them. And they also worry that summer will be over far too soon. Now, this shows an element of trying to overly control the uncontrollable. We can't change the weather, we can't change the seasons, we can't change how summer is going to unfold. But what we can do is learn to accept and be here in the present moment, in the here and now, and to fully embrace this moment, because it truly is a gift to be alive, to be having this experience, and to intentionally choose where to put your attention next, what you choose to create next, and in which direction you will go. It's all too easy to live on autopilot, reacting to old programs, distorting the way you experience reality. I say to you, wake up, become mindful, become present. You owe it to yourself to heal and see beyond the illusions and be free of the stories of your mind when you are in the here and now. It's much easier to live a life of more joy, happiness, and excitement when you make the time to invest in yourself and train your mind to relax, to let go of your past, to be more present. And you can use my mindful meditations to do exactly that. And I promise you that when you get it, when it clicks, you will see life in a whole new way. And summer anxiety, or any other type of anxiety, can become a thing of the past. And you've done that. You've changed yourself, changed your experience by giving yourself the space and time to grow like never before. So if you struggle with summer anxiety, if you're impacted for a variety of reasons, making you feel tense and anxious due to aspects of summer, don't go through this alone. Do seek help. Use my meditations. Download my 10 Core Ways to Heal Anxiety PDF, which is available on my website. Get proactive with this. Don't numb yourself. Don't distract yourself with food, drugs, drink, or any other habits to try and avoid helping yourself heal, because your mind is tricking you into believing that healing will be difficult. Thank you for listening to this Summer Anxiety podcast episode. I hope it's made sense. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments and reviews what you thought, and please share it with anyone you might suspect is finding summer difficult. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Remember to stay awake, stay aware, and I hope you have the most incredible day.